Grace. We are having our Monday happy hour. That's what we call it here. Go live on YouTube every Monday at 6 Central. And I have got a very easy one. This is going to be super beginner friendly. And I will tell you why in a little bit. But I like to not do anything too difficult on these YouTube lives. And that way we can chat a little bit and not worry about talking while we're working. But we do the more advanced lessons inside my group, my membership. Hi, Mickey. Glad you're here. Hi, Brenda. So tonight, again, this is just a super simple little easy ornament, but it's going to be very pretty and meaningful. So for those of you who care about Cardinals or have somebody special that the Cardinals remind you of them, maybe you've lost them, and Cardinals are just special to a lot of us. And anyway, so I do a different type of cardinal every year, and we're gonna do this one together real quick. I may even do more before the year's over, before the season's over. Okay, glad y'all are coming in. Hi, Jerry. Hey, Marcia. Hi, Carolyn and Laveda and Brookie and Vicky. I'm so glad you guys are here. Please spread the joy if you can. Be sure and give this video a like if you enjoy it. And subscribe if you haven't, because that helps us grow. You know how it is. It's very difficult to grow as a new page. But I'm going to go ahead and mix my resin. I'm trying to use up what's in this bottle. So we're going to go ahead and mix this up and let this sit here and get thick while we work. So we'll just see what we can get. I think I'm going to do probably a half an ounce. Let's see. I'm getting it right up to the line. When you're just doing a small amount like these ornaments, you'd be surprised. It really doesn't take a lot of resin. Okay, let me set that down and just get down here and look. So I definitely like to be as exact as I can. And put the lid on. Once you're done with one, you put the lid on and set it aside. And that way you don't get confused on what you just poured. Hi, Taffy. Hey, Betty. Glad y'all are coming in. I did go over a little bit, so I'll go over with this one too. And I didn't mark my cups like I usually do, so I'm having to hold it right up to my eyes. I like to mark the little lines with Sharpie because, you know, as they're clear and the cup is clear, it's really hard to see. But if you will mark them ahead of time, that's a little pro tip I usually do, then you usually won't have any issue getting it right to the exact amount, which gives you the best cure. So I'm going to set a 3-minute timer. And while that's going, we can chit chat. So let me know how you're doing and how your weekend was. Did your team win? Our team won. I'm an A&M fan. My kids both graduated from A&M. And they are number 3, which is number 3 in the nation, which is just shocking. They haven't done this well since early 90s. So we're happy. Oh, good, Marsha. I love it when you can watch on your phone. On your TV. That's awesome. I'm in between, so it's not fall here yet, really, not temperature-wise. But the last couple of days, it hasn't even gotten to 90. So, you know, in my mind, like I start getting chilly. So I go back and forth between t-shirt and this sweatshirt. And right this second, I'm a little warm, but I've been chilly all day. Thank you, Vicki, for sharing that out. I appreciate you very much. So if you guys are on my email list, you got an email today, and it shows my new class. And I hope that you haven't had any trouble logging in if you've purchased it. And if you have, I promise I'll fix it after the live. I'll look at it and see what's wrong. But I know Betty said that she wasn't able to access it, and so I've got to figure out why not. But let me know if you happen to have gotten the class and you can watch the videos. I am definitely not website building pro. It takes me longer to figure these things out, and I I think everything is good as far as I can tell, except for maybe that one issue. So it's probably just a matter of clicking a button somewhere and it will be good to go. But I will show y'all when I'm done stirring what that class is if you haven't seen it or if you're not on my email list. It does pay to be on the email list because occasionally you do get perks like freebies or giveaways, or I put a coupon code in there, you know, things like that. So get on there if you're not on there, and I'll put a link in the description of the video later, but it's always on my website, artgracepaint.com, if you want to go and sign up. But I'm stirring pretty thoroughly, even though this is just a small amount, and stirring the sides, and I'm scraping the bottom, and we just get it all mixed really well. And then scrape that off your stick, get it back worked down in there, and then scrape again. And these kind of tips will give you a really good cure. And this course that I have made for anybody that wants to take it, you don't have to have any experience with glass or resin, and you will be very confident once you're done with the course. It covers everything. Okay, so time is up on stirring. So I'm just going to set this aside because the reason I did this first and not after we've already done what we're going to do on here is this is going to have time to sit and get thicker. So I'm going to just set it aside and we'll go ahead and paint. Are y'all still here? Because I'm not seeing. Oh, there they are. I had to refresh. You have 3 Aggie graduates, Jerry. That's awesome. Your middle son and daughter-in-law work. Oh my goodness. I used to dream of that. I used to look at jobs for them because I wanted them to work there so bad. I just love that place. Oh, does she, Leanne? That's amazing. I hope you'll post a picture so we can see in the group. I love that. I miss going, and we haven't been in a long time. Jerry, do you go to any games? Let me see, Brenda, you're doing the same. You got. Oh, Marsha, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you did. Let me show y'all real quick before I get paint out because I certainly don't want to get paint on this. But this is what the class is. It is a glass, obviously a really pretty frame with glass. And glass, you've got crushed glass, hand cut glass, like these little pieces here. All these, anything round is going to be something I've hand cut, and then embellishments. And we go over everything from step 1 to post creation. So if you have been wanting to learn about glass and resin, you will learn everything you ever needed to know and create a beautiful piece of art. Okay, so on one of these, I am doing pink because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I am going to do one of these pink, but I'll do the other one in gold and have it look really Christmas-like. So we're going to do 2 of these. It's probably way too much white. You watch them on TV? Okay, Kim, I will definitely check after this. So y'all bear with me. You should know that there's always going to be some type of glitch in there. Okay. Where's my good brushes? I'm just going to use this about 1/2 inch paintbrush. Hi, Monica. So glad you popped in. How are you, girl? What's going on in your world? We'll do this pink one first. I love this pink, but I am going to calm it down with that white and make it pretty pale. This, to me, this just reminds me of the breast cancer pink, but whatever, you know, you could do any color that you choose. These are so good to give away or gift for Christmas. But honestly, ornaments are really good year-round, you know. A lot of people, well, for one thing, a lot of people do keep a tree up year-round, but more than that, it's, you know, you always can find a little place to hang it, even if it's just by your desk or by your, wherever you work, or even in the kitchen, on the kitchen window, you know. So I always think of, you know, ornaments as year-round kind of things, not just Christmas. But I definitely love doing them for Christmas gifts. I'm going to grab a smaller, like a round brush to go inside. Monica, how are you doing? Let us know how everything's going for you and in your world. So I'm just going to take some of that pink and just put my brush in. And if you just go around gently, you don't hurt your brush at all. I don't want to take this one and cram it down in there to get the pink. So just grab a small brush and you're just coloring that inside. Set that down and do this one. Oh, are you? Good, Monica. So do you have a theme? Let me know, you guys, if y'all have like a color theme or a, you know, a design theme that you like to use. I'm doing gold on this one, and this is the gold I use every year. I love it, but whatever gold you guys enjoy using, this is Deco Arts Glorious Gold, and it's one of their metallics. You know, I use white gold all the time, but this is the gold that I use. So just whichever one you love. And I do have a 20% off coupon code. It's off of one purchase though. So I would save it to where you're ready to, you know, stock up and get the most bang for the buck, because they only give them out every 6 months. I'll get a new code in January, on January 1st. So it's one purchase every 6 months basically that you're getting the 20% off. And of course they sell it at Hobby Lobby and Michael's, so I always check for sales. Oh, you do. You love pink Christmas. Oh, me too. I really, if we had another tree or more space, I would love to have a pink tree. Not a pink tree, but a tree done in pink and pearl. I would definitely do pink and pearls. Okay, so now we've got this one done. Let's come back to our pink, and I'm going to put our white pearl on top of this. Oh, I got gold. Hey, that gold's pretty too. Okay, let's vote. Should we do, oh my goodness, look at this. This is what you get with me, you guys. I don't know why I didn't name my page the Messy Painter or something, because I'm always wearing it. That's why you see me in sweatshirts and t-shirts when I'm working. Okay, so I think I have an idea. I think I'm going to put this white pearl on top and gold on the sides. And that's one of those Bob Ross happy accidents, because I just got my hand in it. And then as soon as I saw that pink and gold, I'm like, oh yes, I like that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our white pearl on top and give it this gorgeous shimmer that I love. I sure wish I could paint like Bob Ross. Wow. I gave up years ago trying to keep up with him. He's just one of a kind. Okay, now I'm going to grab my gold and put that on the sides. Hi, Kim. Oh, I know, Brenda. Well, yeah, once you're all settled and you have yeah, I know. Now, Maddie, our daughter, she could be a decorator. She's really good at decorating. And so she kind of, it's like, the way I feel is like, hey, you can come and decorate our house and do whatever you want, because she buys. It's like, I saw this, I think this would be so pretty, and I'm like, okay, go for it. I'm not going to stop her. So we do get to change more than I would for sure, because she'll get a wild hair. But you know, when she's married and has kids, that will come to a halt. Through the years, oh, Marcia, that's my favorite. Hi, Kim. Uh, we have always gotten our kids a new ornament every Christmas. Now, some years I've failed, but you know, we've tried to every Christmas get them a new ornament. So we have, you know, a bucket of ornaments that we don't put on our regular tree, but we do get them out and look at them a lot. And then when they're married, they get to take them with them and put them on their new tree or whatever they want to do. They can keep them in a box, but they're theirs, you know. But I've kept them up until I knew that I knew that, you know, we need to wait till they're totally not going to chunk them in the tray. And I don't think they would, but you know what I mean? Like, they're so special to me. And some of them are things they made over the years. And then once they left home, it was like, you know, things that I would get each year that reminded me of them during the year. And that's been fun. I have a really cool one to tell y'all about. Not tonight, though, but it will be a special one for sure. Read between the lines, maybe. Tree, yeah. Y'all like the pink with the gold? Kind of deciding how far to bring it up as I'm going. I think I'm going to bring it all the way to that edge. Yes, isn't that sweet memories? This is Glorious Gold, metallic. So it's like the white pearl, but the color is Glorious Gold. But it's a metallic, and I've used this forever. And I buy it in the large bottle and then just fill up my small bottle so I have a little bottle holder over here by me. And so it holds the 2-ounce bottles. It's really handy. Okay. That's really pretty from the side. So it looks like this, my old bottle, and then the white pearl is the one I used on the other, on the pink. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that the neatest thing, Vicki? Love that. I guess that's a pretty common tradition. And look at the coverage, y'all. That is one coat, and it does not need more. It's really good coverage on their metallics. So I'm good with that. Let's dry. I think I'm gonna ration, and I'm gonna put my white pearl back into the bottle that I didn't use. Can't stand to waste paint, and when I'm live, I do try to hurry, and so I'm a lot more apt to waste. I did get out my glitter paint just to see if I wanted to put glitter, but I honestly don't think it needs it. I'm just going to leave that off. But, you know, whatever you have, if you want to use that, that would work. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you are enjoying this, of course. Not if, you know, if you're not enjoying it, don't. If you're enjoying it, hit the like for me. I'm trying so hard to grow this channel, and it's you know, it's coming along, but it does take a long time to get to where we need to be to make any money with it. Okay, I think that's good. Now, remember we already mixed our resin. If you came in late, we've got this sitting here just getting a little bit thicker, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So, and I've already set aside things. I've got enough to make some kits, because usually when I do this, somebody will say, oh, can you make me a kit? I want to do that. So I'm going to show you kind of what, this is the elements, what I'm using right here that will be in the kits. You'll get the ceramic ornament and then enough of this stuff to make one yourself. So the little crushed glass, this is like micro crushed glass. It's larger than the 1/4 inch that I use for larger items, but when you're doing something small like this stuff is excellent, and it's really pretty on the tree, and the lights hit it. And then I've got these little cardinals. They feel like glass. I mean, I had to do a double take because they really look and feel like glass, but they're resin. So I'm just going to kind of put that in where I want it on this tree. So let's say about like right there. And grab something straight that you can kind of, you know, get your glass back how you want it. Takes a little bit of playing with, you know. I'll put my gloves back on when I'm going to do the resin. And then I just kind of piled it up right there at the base of the little cardinal. And it just, to me, looks like he's just sitting right in that tree, just right on a branch. And I love that. I'm probably getting him cattywamper, however you say that. Kind of crooked. But you can just keep playing with it. We're just kind of getting down what we want to do. And then I cut out some mosaic glass. So this is, you know, you get a large sheet. You can get a 12 by 12 or like a 4 by 4 sheet of mosaic glass. And I just cut a piece with my nippers. And that's going to be the base of the tree. I liked it because it's got that texture. So if anybody wants a kit, that, you know, I'll cut yours for you. You won't have to cut it yourself. And then we need to put a little thing right there, but I've got to push it down just a little so that we have room for our string or whatever's going to hang it. And then, now this is what I don't know. I'm just going to have to try them. These are just little beads. I'm going to try and see if I like them on here. Oh, I think they're cute. I already like them. Let's see if we want to lay them down, or maybe lay them down is better actually. Just take a look. Oh, I do too, Monica, and I'm just, you can tell, I know, that I'm itching to do everything Christmas. We've done a lot of fall, and I have got so many fall tutorials, and so I really am focusing on Christmas. Because there's just never enough time to get it all done. 1, 2, 3, 4. We really need to squeeze in another one somewhere. So, what do y'all think? Does that look okay? Do you like the little shiny beads? I did pull this little bead just in case we wanted that as a tree. Like instead of like a star, having that at the top. So we'll try it on that one. Let me stand up and look over it and see what I think. Oh, I know, Monica. I've been trying to get them let me put up the tree and they won't let me. Hi, Linda. I didn't see you come in. Thank you, Marcia. You want kits? Okay, Mickey, no problem. Condiment cups. Yes, Rena, great idea. I used to always, you know, if you ever get either fast food or to go or something and they give you the little condiment cups with the lids, I've always recycled those for sure. Okay, so I do like it. I do. I think the cardinal is precious sitting on that tree. You could put the cardinal as a topper, but this is just what my vision was. So, you know, so I think I like the way that's set up. Let's look at this one. Kind of doing this together. This is just mixed, but I think it's so pretty to have the green and white, especially if you're going to do something that, you know, is for a woman. I just think it looks really classy and pretty, but you'll get a choice of what glass you want if you want a kit. So, something like that. You're just getting it into a triangle, and then sometimes once I see my trunk, I might want to put like, I'm just kind of covering a little bit of the trunk with that glass right there to kind of make it appear a little shorter. And if your trunk is not, you know, if it's too long, you can do that, or if it's just normal size, you don't have to do that. But I probably cut that one just a tad longer than the other one. Is the class a pre-recorded, or are you talking about for the glass tree that I was showing earlier? If that's what you're talking about, yes, it's already done and recorded, and people can purchase it and watch it at their convenience, and they've got it for 1 year. If you're in the VIP group, be sure and read the instructions first before you go to the link. And it's very important to read that first. And otherwise, if you're on my email list, there was a coupon code sent out today. VIPs, you don't need it. Just use the link that's in there and message me with any questions, because I'm going to have to check the access, because somebody said they weren't able to access it. So. See, I'm thinking that might be, oh, that's sweet. So there's one tree topper. Y'all can vote. Let me know what you think. And then here's this, if we want to use that. Yeah, I like this one on this tree. Personal preference, though, so y'all can use whatever you like. You are very welcome. I had a lot of fun. It was a big challenge for this girl, because I'm not quick like I used to be with computer stuff and learning how to program and build a website. Oh my gosh, I thought I was never going to get it, but I think everything's good. I probably am just going to have to click some button somewhere that I haven't clicked yet, and everybody will be in business. I always want an odd number when I'm putting items. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's perfect. Okay, what do we think so far? Now I'm going to do the resin, so we'll get that tree moved over. It's kind of hard because you've got the hole right there. We could make everything shorter, but I just rather kind of bring it all the way up and have a thinner cord. I won't put something super thick through that hole, so that I can have my little topper right there. So see what I mean? Like, you could kind of push everything down. We'll get it right once we do it for real. So once I know this is what I like and this is what I'm going to use, I am going to blow out my candle. When you're working with resin and you have a butane torch, you don't want to have any fire going. So I'm blowing out my little candle. And then we will just kind of put our things off to the side for each tree. And here's where I'm going to put my gloves back on and we'll do our resin. Oh, Brenda, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I appreciate that so much. You don't have to do that. You guys that are in my membership, you do not have to do that, but thank you so much. It's such a sweet little tip. I love it. Thank you, Mary. I don't know, Rena, I haven't priced everything yet, but somewhere probably around 15. I don't think it will be more than that, so maybe less. We'll see. I have to actually look at my prices, see what I paid, because this last time, I shouldn't say this, but I didn't know, but I had not put shipping, so everything shipped free for most people until I realized it. And that was a complete accident, because then I can't afford to lose money. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely can't afford to do free shipping if my prices are low. If I raise my prices, I can do free shipping, which is what people do. You know, you know how it is. Companies are gonna do that. So if you get free shipping, it's because they've raised it somewhere. But, you know, it's fine. It's just live and learn, because I try hard to keep my prices as low as possible so that people can do it and you know, have fun with art. And this kits make it easy for people to do things, because you don't have to go, number one, hunting things down, and number two, a lot of times you don't want a big bag of glass or a big box of little cardinals. You just need what you need for the project. And so, you know, as long as I can do it, I'm glad to do it. So I'm just putting a good coat on each one. I love these little sticks. They're perfect for these little projects. These are sticks that people use for makeup, like they put on their, you know, I guess masks and things with them. Do you guys do the masks? Like a clay mask or a moisturizing mask? I'm good about doing my skincare routine, and I do my moisturizer, but that's it. I don't do too much other than that. Oh, and if you are new to resin, you want to tape the back or the sides of your ornament, probably both, like kind of put your tape and then curl it under. I will bring it to the edge and not let it go over, but unless you've done it a lot of times, you know, it's much better to just tape so that you don't have to worry about it running over. If it runs over, it'll stick to the tape. And when you cure these, you're going to want to cure them on top of something, like sitting up on a level, like you could do it this. You could have something like that you set it on that is level, and it's got to be on a level table so that everything cures how it should. I'm going to turn that on, medium to low, pop all of our bubbles, and then we can now put everything back on here how we want it. Thank you. I appreciate that, Monica. Very, very much. I sure hope my page grows, and then one day y'all can say, I was watching her when she only had 20 people. Just use my little stick to kind of make that triangle shape back again. Starting small, I'll add the rest in a minute, but let's kind of get things where we want them. And then again, I just take some of this and let's actually drizzle a little more resin on. Because that's pretty thick right here of all this glass. This way, we've got glass on, we've got resin on the base, but by drizzling through here, it will go all the way through these pieces, and hopefully they'll all get a little bit of resin on them and they won't go anywhere once it's cured. Oh, thank you, Linda. Well, I sure love doing it. And I love when other people will try it and find joy in it too. And I'm just glad, even if you don't want to try it, but you enjoy watching, that's just as good, because art is relaxing, even if you're just watching it. It's got the same benefits to our body as far as relaxing and lowering blood pressure, whether you watch it or you do it yourself. So and I'm using Art Resin brand. I have about 40 minutes or so before I can't play with it anymore. We haven't been going very long, but I'm just saying, you know that it's gonna get a little bit harder every, 15 minutes. It's getting harder. So you can't play with it forever, but what I'm doing here, just moving things around and, rearranging, that's totally fine. I'm gonna put these little I'm going to try to see how I've kind of got them angled up just a little bit. I think they'll stay, and then that's just going to make them look even prettier, I think. Oh, that's so pretty. Now just drizzling over everything one more time. Everything's touching the resin. So like this is touching the resin, it's not going anywhere. My glass is touching the resin, and then all of this up here has had resin drizzled on it, which will go down and in between and all of that. So nothing's going to go anywhere. Okay, let's move you to the side and work on the next one. And if you'll save your little glass pieces that you don't use, you can just use them on the next project. Hi, Debbie. You love the Redbird? I do too. I love Cardinals. Okay, I'm going to do that. Pop that bubble right there. So just another time on there. I'll hold these up in just a second so y'all can see them too. I will try to get these little kits listed on my Etsy tonight, so you can just check back. I will not have a lot of them, I will say that. So if you're wanting one, you're going to need to not delay. I always give the VIP group first dibs, so I'll tell them first, like, hey, I've loaded them up, or hey, do you want one? And if I only have like a handful, I won't even load them on Etsy. I'll just, yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is, if I don't have enough, like they all want them, so say they all are like, oh, I want one, then they won't be on Etsy. But I believe I'll have enough to offer them to both of y'all. So you can let me know here below if you want one, or just watch the Etsy and see if they show up. And VIPs, I'll be putting them in the VIP group. What glass do y'all like better? I'm curious, because I like them both. I just think they're both unique. Like this is just kind of cool to have the white, but I do like the other one too. Thank you, Leanne. Yes, Kim, I always cover anything I do that's resin. It gets covered with a plastic tub. So just, you could use an Amazon box. Just want to be sure that the box is completely clean, no dust, no residue, because when you turn it over to put on top, that would fall on your ornament. But as long as it's a super clean box. But I just have a plastic tub that I keep, I don't even see it, but I keep it face down. Let me show you another thing you can use. You can get a cake cover Well, it's the whole thing. It's the base and the cover, and I always have these, and these are perfect size. I can do like 4 ornaments under one. So that's another good thing at the Dollar Tree, $1.50, I think. And so anything that, I just like the clear things because you can see and you can kind of look and see if anything's budging. And I could really move that down a little. Just kind of move. Yeah, hey Sherry. Oh, no problem. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. And then I'm just choosing to kind of pile up a few pieces right there at the base of my cardinal. So I'm going to drizzle some resin and just sprinkle a few of these pieces right there. And to me, that makes it look like he's really down in there. He's just kind of sitting inside that tree a little bit, you know? That was kind of cute. So somebody out there loves cardinals, because I know many of us do. And I think this would be a sweet gift. You could even make it personal and put, we remember, or, you know, Millie 2020 or 2019. You know what I'm saying? Like you could make it kind of a memorial type gift if you chose to, or just leave it just like this. But I mean, writing something on it before you resin. If you do, you know, maybe you want to use like a paint marker or something, or just paint it. Just remember it needs to be 100% dry before you resin. I am not a perfectionist when it comes to my art, but I know you're probably I'm probably driving y'all crazy by just keep on messing with it. But you know, once it dries, it's going to be set. So I want it to look not perfect, but you know how I want it. Just pull this over here. Does that look good to y'all? So that one's a little thinner. I just piled it up more. Let me show you up close. See how, I don't know if you can even tell because I can't really turn it side, but I've got that green really piled up high. And this one, I think I spread out a little more because it was the same exact amount of glass. I just spread it out a little more. Going to use up most of this resin. I may have a little extra. We did 1/2 ounce, so that's 1/4 ounce each ornament is what we're using. So that's not a lot. But when I have extra, I'll go ahead and resin everything and just be sure everything gets a nice good coat. We'll pop any bubbles. And art resin is self-leveling, so I've gotten it to the edges. It will continue to level out. And that's another reason that if you haven't done this a whole lot of times and feel confident, then just tape your edges with some painter's tape so that it doesn't go all over and make a big mess. But it will need to be elevated on a little block or they make things to elevate your art or your resin project on. But, you know, honestly, you can just use a tiny jar, a little block, a piece of wood, whatever you have that's, you know, enough to elevate it off the table so that if the resin does run over, it doesn't stick to your paper because you wouldn't be able to get it up tomorrow. So, oh, thanks, Debbie. Carrie. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Taffy, that's exactly what I thought. And I have somebody I needed to give one to, or I want to give one to. So yes, I thought this, I was like, I'm going to show them how because, you know, we all have somebody that has lost somebody and cardinals mean something to, you know. And I just think at Christmas time, it would be even more special. I know that there's somebody that gave me a gift. It was a photo that she had made. She got the photo from my Facebook and then had it, you know, made at a place that makes wood canvases. And that was, I cried. That was the most special thing. So when you remember that somebody has lost somebody and you remember them with a gift, it's just so meaningful. We're going to pop all our bubbles. Keep it moving. Don't let it sit too long. You don't want to burn your resin. And then, like I said, I'll elevate this. I will cover it with plastic. And it takes 24 hours for a soft cure. And then I can take it outside. I will hold it like this, so I'm not going to touch it. 24 hours, it will be, you know, it'll feel like it's done. But it does take a full 72 hours to be as hard as it's ever going to get. So I'll take it outside and take pictures and everything, but I'm still going to be careful with it. And then I'll just put it back and let it continue to get hard. And in 72 hours, then you can know that it's not going to get any harder. It's as hard as it's going to get, and you could wrap it up and ship it to somebody the next day is what I do. Is anybody going to make one? Or do you know, let me know if you're thinking, I'd like a kit. Let me know. And I didn't get a toothpick out, but I always do have a toothpick. And if you see something in it, like I inspect it pretty good after the live, I'll really look at it really good. And so if that's just a little speck of gold or something, I'll grab that. Sometimes you'll see like a little tiny speck of like, not an eyelash, but just like a little, it's probably a little debris that came off of the glass or something. You can use your toothpick and get that off. And obviously I'm using it to kind of bring it right to that edge. But if you do want a kit, then you could just watch this tutorial when you're ready to do yours. Or you can do your own thing. You can use the supplies that are included and go rogue. Okay, so you got it too, oh, Betty, is that right? I'm so glad, Brenda. The gold one's your favorite, Leanne? I know. Okay, let me stand up here and show you one more time. And I'll show pictures of it tomorrow on Facebook. I'll take it outside and get a good picture. I like them both. I guess it just depends on who it's for. But the gold one is special. There's something about gold at Christmas in there. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really enjoy being live with you guys, and I appreciate all the shares and everything. And if you enjoyed this, please hit the like. And if you're watching the replay, I'd love to know you were here. You could just make a quick comment. And we do have just a little bit of extra resin. I'm just going to not use this because I think we're full. I think if I keep putting resin, it will run over. Because it doesn't matter how experienced you are, if you put too much resin on your project, it has nowhere to go. It's going to go over. So I think I'm going to stop here. And just FYI, what I do, you don't want to just throw resin away. It's better to just go ahead and I'll soak it up like this with a paper towel and then chunk it. Or if you have a lot, then you want to just let it cure and then the next day throw it away and it will be hard. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful evening. And VIPs, I will see y'all tomorrow inside the group. Oh, Mickey, I just saw you say, do I tape? If I was saying during the live, if you're not comfortable just bringing it to the edge and not letting it go over, which takes a while, it takes a lot of practice, then yes, tape the sides with your painter's tape. And tape the sides and then curve it over to the back, and that way any run over will go there and kind of hang on. Thanks, Vicki. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.